All right, let me get into the actual situation. Okay, so my whole thing is this. And yes, I am the type of person that I like to wear stuff over and over again. I've realized that who am I trying to impress? If I'm just trying to impress myself, I will wear something over and over again. Like, oh, wash it, wear it, wash it, wear it. Like, especially if it's comfortable and because I have to like really be real with myself. And I remember somebody was like, give me a reason to not wear these. Please give me a reason to not wear these over and over again. Because it's just like when you find your little outfit or whatever, like it kind of make you be like, why would I buy something else? And I think that's the point. Like when you get into fashion, I mean, yes, you might have things that you wear every now and then, like, or you might want to wear on one occasion, give it away. But there's some stuff that, like, I promise you, I have these one pair of shoes. They're Crocs. I wear them all the time. But I do like in new stuff sometimes and stuff. But I feel like that's something that to each his own. Like everybody's different. But if y'all like see me wear stuff, like, and then like I come from hand me downs and just I've been to the thrift store. Uh, I haven't. I grew up like I wasn't really able to keep up with like a lot of people when they wear like certain things when it comes to fashion, like what's in, how much stuff costs. Like my parents, like I grew up kind of just. I kind of talked about this on my podcast before, but I just want to say like that's part of the reason why I've learned to make fashion from what I have. So, and it's a lot of things that I don't know if I said this before, but it's a lot of things that I would wear and I still will wear that I like to make use of stuff. And sometimes like I wear certain things and I feel like it's sometimes it's just not about like what you have on. It's about who you are. Now, what you have on can be an extension of who you are, but I think there are some people that love to talk about people for like what they have on all the time. Like, oh, like she's wearing this or she's wearing that. Oh, she's showing too much skin. Oh, she's not showing too much skin. Like it's people you can never please people. So I just that's a little rant, little candy crush, as I used to call it on my podcast, as I still call it, the candy crush. Yes. Now I'm thinking about posting this on my audio too because I haven't really done that, but yeah. So today we're talking about people who and sometimes I look down. I don't know if y'all have noticed this, but I look down. I be writing stuff down sometimes. And sometimes I just be talking. But yeah. My thing is people be so quick to like pass judgments and create whole stories. And people be bored. Like people be bored. They get to sitting around. They not doing things with their life. Even if they are doing things with their life, they find the time to have so much to say about someone else. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everybody's entitled to talk what they want to talk about with their friends when they by themselves. However, while people are doing it, while we are living our lives and everything, make sure for the people that's listening and who wants to listen to like what I have to say, speak your own story. And I'm not saying like in a defense mechanism. I'm saying like how I'm doing. Do it in your own way, whether it's art, dancing, however you want to share your story. I think that's a beautiful thing that when people can share their story and help someone else or And I'm saying story, I'm not necessarily saying like, oh, share your deepest, darkest secrets. But if there's something that you can share to help someone else, if you feel the need or if you want to or if you feel that desire, then I feel like do so. Because for one, like people gonna always talk. You're not gonna be able to always probably clear the air for everything, for every single thing. And sometimes you just want to keep some stuff private. And that's totally fine. But I think while there are people who are chitter chattering about your life and about their opinions and about however, it is so beautiful when you kind of can see past that and see through that. Like, I have a lot of people that I look up to, that I follow. And one thing I've noticed about the people that I really enjoy watching and I look up to is they really just cut the noise out. Like, they may address things when they need to, if they want to. And some people never address things. You don't have to address. I'm not giving y'all advice on, okay, this and that. I'm saying I think it's so, like, even with me, like growing up, it would be like things that would be said. People would make certain comments, how, like, whatever it is. It's like it's so beautiful, like when you don't let that get into your soul. Because yes, if it's your friend, y'all having it, y'all kicking it, y'all having like a conversation and everything, but and they're actually trying to help you. Like, if you want, you get to decide. You get to choose to listen. Like, it's one thing to listen. Like, I just posted on my Instagram, like sometimes I listen, and I just told y'all last video, like sometimes I listen, but that don't mean I always agree with things. But my main focus for this video is just being yourself and not really allowing the clouds don't allow yourself to be clouded by everything else that's going on. Create your own safe space to share your art, share what you do. And I think the people that really do like what I do and who actually like listen to what I have to say and support me in any shape or form, I think they respect certain things that I say, just because of the fact that it's like a one-on-one conversation, or it's just like I'm just saying things and I'm just sharing my point of view without having to, like, it's like a closed in conversation. Because that outside energy and outside everything, none of that. Simmer down. Simmer down. But yeah, people, and it's not like you can always catch people when they're talking. Like, you can't just, you can, it depends on the person. However you want to go. Like, all I'm saying is, there may be people talking all the time. You won't be able to always stand up for yourself in that moment. Sometimes you got other people that stand up for you. I've had that happen to me before, where because of the type of person I am, there are people who would like tell you like, hey, but that's not necessarily saying like everything is always correct, but sometimes it just goes to show like who you are as a person when someone else can step in for you and speak on your behalf because of how real you are, or because they know the truth, or because of whatever, or because they just feel like, yeah, like, why you all up in their business, or why like, you have to have those people that check you sometimes. Like, and like, and I'm not saying like I never said anything. I'm not saying that like, oh, I'm perfect. Like, maybe I have said something before, but you know what? I always remember, like, if somebody tell me, like, I'm not gonna be talking about that for 30 minutes straight, 30 minutes. Now, if I'm like kicking with my friends, we kick in, having fun, like a private conversation, and it's in our circle or whatever, but you can't even trust that sometimes. So make sure everything you say, you can stand on that, whether you with your circle or not with your circle. I'm just saying. That's how I live my life. Like, everything that I say, I can recall. And if I can't recall it, I know the type of person I am, so I can always clarify something that I've said. But And either way, like, forgiveness is real too. Forgive yourself, forgive other people, but also know moving forward, because I feel like it's a lot of people who be doing this forgiveness stuff, but it's fake forgiveness. It's not real forgiveness. Real forgiveness is when you forgive and you're basically, or when you're changing or transforming. Like, I feel like that's a whole different conversation for a different day. But yeah, yeah, you won't always be able to like put out that fire every time people have something to say, and that's what I'm not trying to do. I'm not trying to overwork myself. I'm protecting my peace. So, well, people may have so many things to say, and a lot of topics that I talk about will be things that it may be conversation starters. And that's why I don't really take sides sometimes. And if I do take sides, it's just my side. But I try not to judge other people for their opinion, or like, I do want conversations to start. Not necessarily negative conversations, but I do like for people to get to speaking about certain topics when it comes to boundaries, when it comes to protecting your peace, when it comes to self-care, when it comes to whatever conversation, fun conversation. I, Conversation is good, I feel like, but not negative conversation, not negativity. That's not what I'm promoting. Everybody's going to be people. I know, as we know, locus of control, what you can control. And what you can control is how you tell your story. And people may not agree with how you tell your story. They may feel some type of way, but guess what? It's your opinion. It's European. So, hey, two stories was good. Now, that's not to say it in like a messy way. It's just to say that there are times where, and you don't have to address, like, I'm not telling y'all have to address every single thing. All I'm saying is, if you do art, if you share whatever you share, if you doing podcasts, if you doing what you doing, and you feel that desire to share something about your life, I think that's so beautiful, to speak your own story, to give people that perspective from how you felt things went, from how you looked at things. And sometimes we got to be real with ourselves and know, like, hey, how did I look at things? Did I look at things from one way, or did I, like, reflecting on how you tell your story and what you get from that. Through my episodes, that's what I have done. I've talked about things, I've looked at things from different perspectives. I've thought about like how someone else may feel. I even do research on how other people feel about different things. And sometimes I do listen to the noise and see, like, okay, what they talking about? Oh, okay. Like, it's kind of like that type of thing, but yes, I just want to encourage y'all to speak your own story, because for a long time, and I know it's a lot of introverts out there, a lot of people that don't really like to talk. And I'm not saying that's why I said, if you sharing your art, you can share an art form. And I'm not saying you have to share your story. I'm just saying for the people that are, and things like that. But like, for a long time, I used to just let people talk. Nothing wrong with that. If you still want to be that type of way, I like them people too who just let people talk. Like, look, they just keep living their life. Look, that's kind of how I am. But like, sometimes I do share small snippets of my perspective about certain things when it comes to my life. But I may not even tell y'all, like, oh, this has happened in my life, so y'all wouldn't really know. Hey, is this something Sometimes y'all won't really know unless it's another person really. And sometimes I speak so objectively that it would be hard to tell. And sometimes I come up with types of things, conversations and stuff. But yeah, for a long time, I used to kind of just be like, look, this is what somebody said, this is what it is. But then I started thinking, like, you know what? That's really not what it was. And actually, and that's part of the reason why I started doing this, to just, sometimes it's good to just share how you think sometimes. you could be that one person that like bring two and two together, or just be that unique energy. But hopefully y'all get what I'm saying. Not too much.